Welcome to this brief history of Palenque de San Basilio, a unique and significant place in Colombia's history. Located about 50 kilometers from Cartagena, Palenque de San Basilio is renowned as one of the first free towns in the Americas, established by the escaped enslaved Africans. Its rich culture and history are recognized worldwide, with the towns declared a masterpiece of oral and intangible heritage of humanity by UNESCO in 2005. Palenque de San Basilio's origins date back to the early 17th century, during the time when Cartagena was a major hub for the transatlantic slave trade. Enslaved Africans were brought to the Americas in large numbers, forced to work in brutal conditions on plantations, in mines, and in the construction of the cities. In this oppressive environment, many enslaved Africans resisted by fleeing their captors and seeking refuge in the dense, impenetrable jungles of surrounding Cartagena. These escaped slaves, known as cimarrones, established communities called palenques. Palenque de San Basilio, named after Saint Basil, is the most famous of these communities, and it is the only one that has survived to this day. The story of Palenque de San Basilio is closely linked with the legendary figure Colombia'S, born in what is now Guinea-Bissau. Colombia'S was captured and enslaved, brought to Cartagena in the late 16th century. However, he managed to escape and led a group of enslaved people into the surrounding jungles. Colombia'S, a charismatic and strategic leader, played a crucial role in the foundation of Palenque de San Basilio. He organized the community, trained its members in guerrilla warfare, and led raids to free more enslaved Africans. Under his leadership, Palenque became a formidable force, a sanctuary where freedom and African traditions were fiercely defended. The Royal Decree of 1713. The relentless resistance of the Palenqueros eventually led to a significant historical event. In 1605, after several failed attempts to subdue the Palenque, Spanish colonial authorities entered into a peace agreement with Colombia'S. However, in a treacherous move, Colombia'S was captured, tortured, and executed in 1621. Despite this betrayal, the Palenqueros continued to fight for their freedom, and their resilience paid off. In 1713, the Spanish crown issued a royal decree, granted freedom to the inhabitants of Palenque de San Basilio. This decree made Palenque the first officially free town in the Americas, long before other nations abolished slavery. The legacy of Palenque de San Basilio goes beyond its history of resistance. The town has preserved a unique cultural heritage that blends African, indigenous, and Spanish influences. The legacy of Palenque de San Basilio goes beyond its history of resilience. The town has preserved a unique cultural heritage that blends African, indigenous, and Spanish influences. The cultural fusion is most evident in the Palenquero language, a Creole language with roots in Kikongo, Portuguese, and Spanish, which is still spoken by the town's inhabitants. The language, music, dance, and religious practices of Palenque are deeply tied to African traditions. The town's oral traditions have played a vital role in keeping its history alive, with stories, songs, and rituals passed down through generations. Today, Palenque de San Basilio is a symbol of cultural pride and resilience. The town's inhabitants, known as Palenqueros, continue to celebrate their African heritage through festivals, traditional medicine, and music genres like champeta, which have gained popularity beyond Palenque. Efforts have been made to preserve and promote Palenque's unique cultural identity. The UNESCO recognition in 2005 was a significant milestone, bringing international attention to the town's heritage. However, Palenque still faces challenges including economic hardship and the need to protect its cultural practices from being diluted or lost. Palenque de San Basilio stands as a testament to the enduring spirit of freedom and resilience, from its origins as a refuge for escaped, enslaved people to its current status as a living cultural monument.